Teslas are the safest cars on the road. Maybe you even own one. Maybe you feel confident, even protected. But what if I told you Teslas might actually be the most dangerous? Statistically, they have a fatal crash rate nearly double the national average. So how did a company built on innovation fall so far behind on safety? To answer that, we need to go back, way back. Act 1. The electric dream begins. Electric cars aren't new. In the early 1900s, 4 out of every 10 cars on American roads were electric. They were clean, quiet, and easy to use. No cranking, just a key and go. But then came the 1920s. Gasoline cars became cheaper thanks to Henry Ford's assembly lines. They were just as convenient and far more affordable. Electric cars faded into history until 2003. Two engineers, Martin Eberhart and Mark Tarpenning, had a radical idea, not just to revive electric cars, but to redefine them. Not a boring commuter car, a sleek electric sports car. That idea became Tesla, and then came Elon Musk. He didn't just invest, he reimagined Tesla as a global disruptor, a car company that would move fast, break rules, and leave traditional automakers behind. And for a while, it worked. Act 2. Innovation without a seatbelt. The Model S launched in 2012, and it was unlike anything else. Fast, futuristic. Tesla was no longer just a car, it was a movement. But under the hood, the battery packs ran hot, parts wore out fast, and Tesla was burning through cash even faster. They survived. But the price of survival? Speed over safety. Tesla operated like a tech startup, not a car company. Updates were pushed over the air, bugs patched while people were driving. New features launched in real time, even if they weren't fully tested. And by 2024, the cracks were showing. A national study found Tesla had the highest fatal crash rate among all major automakers. Model Y, their bestseller, recorded over 10 deadly crashes per billion miles driven. Act 3. The design that fails when it matters most at the center of every Tesla is a lithium-ion battery. It powers the acceleration, but it also brings serious risk. If punctured or overheated, these batteries can enter thermal runaway, a chain reaction that causes explosive fires. Fires that are almost impossible to extinguish, even by trained firefighters. In 2019, a Model S caught fire in South Florida. First responders said it reignited multiple times, despite being under control. And that's just the beginning. Because when Tesla crashes, even basic safety features can fail. In one tragic case, a doctor named Omar Awan lost control of his Tesla and crashed into a tree. The car caught fire. Bystanders tried to save him, but the electronic door handles failed to pop out. There was no manual override. He died inside the car, not from the crash, but from the smoke. The design was sleek, but in a moment of crisis, it became a trap. Act 4. Distraction by design. Inside the cabin, Tesla's philosophy is the same. Minimalism. Everything, AC, wipers, even the glove box, is controlled through a single central touchscreen. It looks clean, but it forces drivers to look down and tap through menus, even for basic tasks. A Norwegian safety study found that entering an address on Tesla's screen took drivers an average of 15.7 seconds. That's the length of 4 football fields driven blind. Tesla's design doesn't just distract, it demands it. Act 5. The autopilot illusion, then comes autopilot. Tesla claims it's safer than human drivers. Musk says it'll reduce crashes by 90%. But real-world data tells a different story. In one devastating case, Stephen Hendrickson was driving with autopilot enabled. At 2:30 a.m., an overturned truck blocked the highway. His Tesla drove straight into it, full speed, no braking. He didn't survive, and he's not alone. Tesla has reported over 1,000 serious crashes involving autopilot. A Wall Street Journal investigation confirmed that in dozens of cases, Teslas failed to stop for obstacles directly in front of them. Why? Unlike other companies that use radar and LiDAR, Tesla relies almost entirely on cameras. If the system isn't trained to recognize something, like a sideways truck, it might not stop at all. And worse, Tesla's marketing misleads drivers into thinking the car is more capable than it is. One MIT study found that within 1 month, Tesla drivers on autopilot were significantly more distracted, checking phones, eating, even sleeping. The result? More crashes, more deaths. Act 6. The green myth. But what about the environment? Isn't Tesla supposed to be clean? That's complicated. Tesla's batteries require massive amounts of raw materials. Lithium, nickel, cobalt. To build one car battery, miners must dig up 500,000 pounds of earth, often in countries with weak labor protections, and reports of child labor. Even the car's manufacturing footprint is enormous. One Volkswagen study found it takes up to 100,000 miles before an electric car becomes cleaner than a gas-powered one. So in the early years, your EV may actually pollute more than a regular car. The truth? Clean cars won't save us unless we also rethink how we move. Act 7. the real solution in Europe. Cities are built around people, not cars. They prioritize public transit, bike lanes, and walkable neighborhoods. People drive Lazat because they have to, but because they don't need to. The result? Transportation emissions in some European countries are half that of the US. So if we're serious about safety and sustainability, we need more than electric cars. We need fewer cars, and cities designed for people, not traffic. Because if we only replace every gas car with an electric one, we haven't changed the system. We've just changed the fuel. If you think Tesla's story was shocking, wait until you see what Europe is doing with trucks. It's not what you expect, and it might explain why America keeps falling behind. Visit channel